Okay, so I've never done a video before, but I promised some ladies that I would show how I encase the skirt seam the skirt into the bodice. I used the Create Kids Couture tutorial to do this, and but there's not a video tutorial, so I just told them next time I did one I would show them. So here it is. This is the Hattie pattern by Create Kids Couture, and as you can see, I've already gathered my skirt, done the bodice, and then my skirt is flipped inside out. And then what you do is you simply take the bodice piece and you open it up, separate your lining from your front, and you make sure you have your front to the front of the skirt that you want. So my front I have on top always, and I like to pin my lining away from my outer fabric so that it doesn't get caught up in the machine later. So I go ahead and, this is a really small one, so I probably will catch it if I don't. So I'll just go ahead and pin that all down. I am obviously a novice seamstress, and it's not some of my best work, but it gets the point across, so I'm learning, aren't we all? But, okay, so just get that pinned out of the way so it's not in your way, and then this is long enough you can usually just pull it out of the way. Make sure your sleeves are out of the way as well, and then you slide it down on the inside so that you have right side to right side, and I like to line up my side seams first thing, and then start pinning there. And then of course you'll pin all the way around, and all you're pinning is the outer fabric of the bodice to the skirt. The lining stays tucked down inside. You want that down out of your way so that it doesn't get sewn up in there just yet. Okay, don't mind the change of lighting. The sun is setting outside. Time is a bit of the essence. The toddler's asleep, so as you can see, I've pinned it now. The right side to right side of the bodice to the skirt, and the lining is tucked down inside. And then I pinned this lining to itself. This lining I'm also going to pin. The reason this one I pinned first is because there's the elastic in it for the Hattie dress, for the back of the dress. But this one, always, the front side doesn't have that. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this. I kind of over pin, but it keeps it out of my way. I just pin it to the skirt to keep it down and out of the way when I sew around. And just get it down there. If the straps get pinned too, all the better. But so it's just kind of pinned down out of the way a little bit. And then what you'll do is you'll go through and you'll sew just like normal, like you're attaching the bodice to the skirt. You do your loop around, and then when you're finished, I'll show that too. But when you're finished, if you want to jump ahead, of course all your pins will be gone, and you can unpin your bodice. And when you lift it up, then you'll have your underside of your skirt, and the wrong side also of the inside. It'll be the bodice, the lining of the bodice. And then you'll fold that under and iron it and then sew that. So let me sew this on and then I'll show you that part. Okay, sorry about the angle change and the lighting change again. Little man woke up, so I had to leave and the sun further set. Anyway, now I have my shutters. You can see here that I went ahead and sewed all the way around. My pins are gone. I've removed the pins from the lining it was pinned to the skirt, if you remember to keep it out of the way. I removed those pins, and then what I have here is my attached bodice. Let me get out of the way of the light there. But my lining is still unattached. So what we'll do is, of course, we'll take these pins out. And then we will, I should have those out for you. That would be him waking up again. And then what you'll do is you'll just take the lining. So you'll have the lining piece here, you see, and it comes up and over the seam. So that's the part that you're wanting to encase anyway. So it comes up and over. I like to iron it. So I will iron it, fold it over, just for the clean, everybody fold it over, I guess, but I'll iron it because picky, I guess, or sloppy, one of the two. I need to have the line. And then you pin it all the way around. And then once you top stitch, then you'll have that folded, right? And it's encased. So, sorry, I got a little sloppy there when he woke up. So, I'll show you all that in a moment. Okay, so, as you can see, I did what I just said I was going to do, I suppose. I have my lining here, and I have folded and ironed, just an amount, and then it lays nicely on top of the raw edge there, all the way around. It was a little bit, this is a very small one, obviously, and so it was a little bit tough here, so I trimmed some of my seam allowance to be able to get it to pull and lay nicely right there. And then what I'm going to do is fold it right side out. Pardon all the sniffles and the whatnot. We're getting a cold out of our house. And then I'll go through and I will pin it in place because I like my pins. And then once I've got it pinned on top of the seam allowance all the way around, or the raw edge all the way around, then I'll just top stitch my bodice. And then once it's top stitched, as you can see, the raw edge is encased and the lining will be kept down. So that's all you have to do. Just the right side to right side, keep everything else out of the way inside the skirt, and then flip it out, fold it, iron it, and top stitch. So sounds more complicated than it is when you read it, but there you are. So hope that helps, and have fun sewing.